some discussion so I will show some slides and you can answer.
Yes, sir. We will make as an interaction session only, sir. You can just start with the presentation, sir, and one by one you can ask us, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
No, sir.
Hello?
Not yet, sir. Sir,
Now?
your video is seen, sir, but presentation is not seen. Sir.
Okay.
You have to share, sir.
Now?
No, sir.
Can you see now?
No, sir. Not yet, sir. Sir, you shared that, sir. Yesterday we did, no, sir, that demo.
Yeah, I think same only.
Okay, sir. In that desktop, you have to press, sir, once you press the share button.
Okay. Now? Can you see now?
No, sir.
Okay. Where is the desktop? Okay. This one.
Yeah, sir. Now we can see, sir. You just. Okay, sir. Yes. Yeah, sir. We can see, sir.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. So I will show some angiograms on structural heart disease, something on coronary, some images which will be asked for the Viva. So it will be a mix of things. So the hardware part I will, because I didn't get time, so I will do it next time. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Clearly.
Yes, sir. Your voice is audible, sir.
Okay. So the rules when you are given an angiogram to discuss. So what is expected is a near accurate description is what is expected. So nobody expects a full diagnosis at the beginning itself, and avoid jumping to diagnosis. That is very important. So always start describing the image or the angio, and then you will get some points in between. Even if you make a wrong diagnosis, it doesn't matter that much because you have already covered the major points. So that has to be very important. So just shown some angio. Don't say that it is TAPVC. Don't say that it is Alcapa like that. So tell that this is an angio, this view, which is AP or lateral, cranial or caudal. You know how to identify the AP and lateral projections and all. You must be knowing, no?
Yes, sir.
So identify the catheter and the catheter course, identify the chamber or the vascular structures, and look for clues like calcium, contrast stain, etc. And look for the lever phase. So lever phase is the once the contrast is injected into the one of the chambers, it goes through the pulmonary artery and comes back and shows the other side of the vasculature. So that is a lever phase. So lever phase, you have to look for that. So that is how you come to a diagnosis. So basically we use side wall catheters for angiograms. So most commonly used is pigtail, NIH, and a Berman balloon tipped angio catheter. These are the catheters. You can see that in the blue background, that is a Berman angio. How will you differentiate it from a wedge angio?
The balloon will be proximal, sir.
Very good. So the balloon will be proximal. Here the balloon is at the distal tip. So that is how. And Tiger catheter can be used because it has a end hole and a side hole. So it can also be used for left ventricular angiograms. Multi-purpose catheters can be used. All these common catheters which we are using. So the pressure rate settings is typically, So somebody will ask you, what is the pressure rating you have kept for the particular angiogram? Okay, so that the unit is, what is the unit? It is PSI. What is PSI?
Per square inch.
It is not pressure, it is pounds per square inch. It is pounds per square inch. That is a unit for, you will be seeing the PSI in the angiographic machines. So the technician will be setting the PSI. Usually it is 600 for a 6 French catheter, 900 for a 5 French system, and 1200 for a 4 French system. As the size decreases, you have to increase the PSI. And usually for a ventricle, you inject anywhere between 25 to 40 and at around 10 to 15 ml per second. And if you inject in the aorta, you have to give a little more volume per second. For example, for left ventricle, it is 10 to 15 is okay. But when you are injecting the pulmonary artery or aorta, you give slightly more, 16 to 18, because the flow of contrast will be little faster. That is why. Coronary, you know how to inject around 8 to 10 ml at 4 to 6 ml per second. Usually we set in outside India, when we go to the other cath labs, you can see that they use a mechanical device to inject into coronaries called assist. So in that, the technician sets the volume and the PSI. That is usually set at 8 ml for left coronary, around 4 to 6 ml per second, and 6 ml at 3 to 4 ml per second for a right coronary. The 450 PSI is what is kept. So that is basically for a assisted coronary angio. Here we inject manually, but outside there is a injector, pressure injector, which is usually used to the consultant hooks the coronary, and the technician continuously inject, changing the views. That is how it is done. Okay, now we'll go to some of the angiograms. Okay, so who is going to answer? Not, I think first person should answer. I am not able to see the people, but one person should answer. Somebody should volunteer and answer. Then it will go to the next person. Anyway, it is an online meeting. Nobody is going to see you. Okay. So attempt one by one. So what is this catheter position? First person. Somebody volunteer, please.
Sir, right-sided arch, through right-sided aortic arch, it has femoral artery, then aorta, descending aorta, right-sided aortic arch, then ascending aorta, then it has crossed the aortic valve and entered into LV.
What is this catheter?
Looks like a Conard's catheter, sir.
Okay. Why are you sure that it is aortic catheter? Aorta, where is the aorta usually? This is a normal situs patient. So where is the aorta will be? Aorta will be usually on the left side of the spine, no?
Left side of the spine.
Okay, so where is it here?
So IVC.
IVC.
IVC too.
IVC.
IVC to, usually where it will go, usually to IVC to right atrium to
RV.
Right atrium to right ventricle, then PA.
right ventricle. But here what is happening? It's the right side of the
So IVC, IVC,
yeah.
IVC, interrupt IVC as like this
Okay, very
continuation to SVC.
SVC, very good. Asai goes. So that is what the IVC is interrupted. So the catheter is going from IVC to the Asagos to SVC, coming back to RA and going to the RV. So that is the catheter position. So always think about it. Think what is the catheter. If it was a pigtail, then what is Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If it was a pigtail, then there was more accuracy in you telling that it is a left-sided catheter and a right. It is a DD. It is a differential diagnosis for this type of a catheter position. But always see what is the catheter. So very unlikely that we will put a straight catheter into the left, into the aorta, into the LV. Very, very rarely only we will put. And this is not the alignment of the left ventricle, no? Is it the alignment of the aorta and the left ventricle? It is not the alignment. If it is the right arch, it will come like this, and the catheter, the left ventricle will be somewhere here. The track will be like this. It will not be like this. Okay. Can you see my mouse movement?
Yes, sir. We can see. Sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is the angiogram of the same patient. Can you see?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So this is coming from the injection is done in the IVC. It goes to the Asagos continuation, coming back to the SVC, going. This is the RA and this is the RV. This is the right ventricle. You can see the right ventricle, and this is the pulmonary artery. Okay. So this is an IVC interruption. So this is together. You can see the catheter position and the angiogram together. Okay. You understood, no? Any doubts in this? Okay, so this is the lateral view. You can see the SVC is anterior and Asagos is posterior. Why it is called Asagos? Why it is called Asagos? Why is the name? Are you people there?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Yeah, why is the name? It means unpaired. Asagos means
Single.
unpaired. Okay. Unpaired. That is why the name Asagos. Okay. So what is then they will ask you what is the reason, what is the embryology behind IVC interruption? It's a failure of the hepatic and the prerenal segments of the primitive IVC to fuse. Okay. It is an infrahepatic IVC interruption usually. Okay. Hepatic and the prerenal segments to fuse. That fusion is not happening. That is why this anomaly occurs. Okay. You understood, no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes.
So
Pardon, sir, it is a failure of fusion of which segment, sir?
hepatic and you cannot read the what is written in the slide.
It is blurred, sir. That's why.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now we can see, sir.
The hepatic and the prerenal segments.
Okay. Sir.
Okay. So can you what is the ECG abnormality associated with IVC interruption? There will be some P wave abnormalities like inverted P in 2,3 AVF and all is possible. So if you see any P wave abnormalities and you are not able to cross into the right atrium, right ventricle, you always suspect a IVC interruption. Okay. So if a patient is having a P wave abnormality like an inverted P, before doing a catheterization, you have to think about the possibility of an IVC interruption. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is this? Can somebody identify this? Identify 1, 2, and 3. It's a coronary angiogram, levo phase. Coronary angiogram, levo phase. What are the structures seen?
Coronary sinus.
Very good. What is coronary sinus? Which is the number?
2.
2 is coronary sinus. Okay. What is 3?
Great cardiac vein, sir.
Very good. Great cardiac vein. And what is this structure? This one.
Middle cardiac vein.
Middle cardiac vein. And what is this one?
That is middle cardiac.
No, that is not middle cardiac vein. One is not middle cardiac vein. This is middle cardiac vein. Middle cardiac vein accompanies which artery? Middle cardiac vein accompanies the PDA, posterior descending. Great cardiac vein accompanies which artery?
LAD.
LAD. And what is this? Is the coronary sinus. This is the anteriorly going middle cardiac vein. And this is what is this structure? This is the oblique vein of Marshall. This is the oblique vein of Marshall. Okay. That is an embryologic significance. I will show you. So this is one of our publications where we published in Heart, the journal, British Heart Journal. Okay. And what is this?
LSVC, that is draining into the coronary sinus.
Very good. LSVC drain the injection is done in the left hand.
Left upper.
Okay. And the left SVC is draining to the coronary sinus and draining
Through
to the
oblique vein.
not through oblique vein actually. It is the remnant of the oblique vein. You can say that it is the remnant of the oblique vein is the remnant of what is you are seeing. So this is draining to which chamber? Coronary sinus drains into which chamber?
Right atrium.
Right atrium.
Right. Okay. So
Training into right atrium.
draining into the right atrium. Okay. This is the a normal heart where there is a vein of Marshall or the ligament of Marshall. This is atretic. Sometimes you can see the oblique vein as you have seen in this patient, which I have shown, and sometimes it persists. This is the persistent left SVC. So it is a part of the left anterior cardinal vein. So it is the anterior cardinal vein which leads to the persistent left SVC. So you have to know that left anterior cardinal vein. Okay. Okay, shall we go to the next set? Okay, somebody should answer.
Yes, sir. Yes.
People are there or not? Somebody should answer. Okay.
Yes, sir. I'll answer, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I am not able to see you people. That is why. Okay. What is this angiogram? Two catheters are there. Which are the catheters? One catheter is coming from where?
One catheter is coming from internal jugular vein to right atrium to right ventricle, sir.
Okay.
The second catheter is the bottom catheter is coming through the IVC, sir.
Ah.
It is interrupted IVC, sir.
Is it interrupted?
Sorry, sir. It's a Budd-Chiari syndrome.
It is a Budd-Chiari syndrome. Okay. So can you explain what is Budd-Chiari syndrome to the other people?
Either thrombus, hepatic vein thrombus, or hepatic venous. It's obstruction at the junction of IVC and hepatic veins entry, sir, into the entry.
Okay. So what?
Their entry into the right ventricle.
Okay. What happens?
There may be thrombus or hepatic vein thrombosis or
Okay, what happens subsequently? What is the consequence?
passive dilatation of IVC, sir.
Yeah, you can see that the IVC is dilated, the hepatic veins are dilated and not. 1 second. Hello.
Sir.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
This Budd-Chiari syndrome. And what will we do for this?
We will balloon it and
What is done?
balloon dilatation, sir. Now balloon dilatation is done, sir, followed by stenting.
Yeah, you can do a stenting or you can just do a balloon dilatation also. Okay, this case we have done a balloon dilatation. This patient had multiple surgeries for varicose veins. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so this Budd-Chiari syndrome, and usually you read about it. What is the pathogenesis? How it is treated? What are the consequences? Patient present with portal hypertension, etc. Okay. Okay, what is this angiogram? Where is first describe the angio. For example, you say that the patient, the angiogram is in the AP view. The catheter is coming from the IVC to the right atrium to the right ventricle. Like that, you can say it's a post-operative patient because you are seeing the sternal wires. Okay. Okay, somebody can describe.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I think the participation is not that good. Otherwise, if you don't answer here, then where are you going to answer? Unless
Hello?
you speak up now. So
Sir, post-op
otherwise, anyway, nobody is seeing you. I am not seeing you. I am seeing only your voice. I don't know who you are. Who you are.
Hello?
So please speak up. Otherwise, no, you will not able to answer. When we go for the DPNP examination, nobody is not trained to answer these questions. That is why they may be knowing, but they are not able to answer. So practice it here.
Good evening, sir.
Noting the points and all. I think you have to get practice. Otherwise, it will not help. Some of you come up and say, I don't think people will benefit by just sitting and listening. Unless you practice, no? Okay. Yeah. Describe the angio.
Hello?
Yeah, please.
Hello?
Please.
So good evening, sir. This is angiogram showing a catheter entering from the IVC into the RA-RV, which shows a dilate, probably a hand injection, sir, but it shows a dilated RA-RV and opacifying the pulmonary artery. However, we see obliteration of the RV apex. The RV body, the rest of the body other than the inflow and outflow parts are not very well seen. It could be a possible endocardial fibroelastosis, sir, or EMF, because of the obliteration of the apex.
Endocardial fibroelastosis is endomyocardial fibrosis.
Endomyocardial fibrosis, because of the obliteration of the apex possibility.
Okay. Correct. So what are the three parts of the right ventricle? Then they will ask you, what are the three parts of the right ventricle?
Inflow, inlet, outlet, and the muscular parts.
Here, which will be obliterated?
So the body, muscular parts.
Muscular part will be, the trabecular part will be obliterated. Okay. Okay. What is that appearance called? This is an LV angiogram. That was an RV. Here it is an LV EMF. So, what is this appearance called? What does it look like? Anybody? It's a clenched fist.
Sir, it's a clenched. Yeah.
Okay. Clenched fist appearance. Okay. Okay. What is this? Yeah, next person. Next person can answer. I think somebody who has not answered can volunteer. I think unless you speak up now, I can go on telling these things, but it will not help. So if you want to gain, I think you have to participate. Otherwise, if If I go on lecturing, no, in this type of things, it will not benefit.
It's a RV angiogram, sir.
Okay.
The catheter course is IVC, RA, and RV.
Okay.
A ring is seen at the tricuspid annular level.
Which annular level?
Tricuspid annulus, sir.
Tricuspid annulus. Okay. We'll discuss that. Okay. What is happening to the RV? Is it similar to the previous case?
Yes, sir. Trabeculations are lost, sir. No trabeculations, and apex is not apical part and muscular part is not properly visualized.
Okay. So apical part is probably obliterated.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So you said it is a tricuspid ring.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But you can see the tricuspid valve here, no? See this is the tricuspid valve. You can see the TR, no? This is the tricuspid valve up to here. See, this is
Yes,
the whole
sir.
thing.
Yes, sir.
So then what can be the ring?
I don't know, sir.
Just make a guess. It's an RIO view.
Aortic.
Aortic valve. Aortic valve.
Prosthetic aortic valve.
Aortic valve. This usually right ventricular EMF is associated with what other chamber involvement?
Left ventricle, sir.
Chamber is involved in EMF.
Left ventricle.
Left ventricle, sir.
So what can be
Left
done?
ventricle.
If this is the ring is in the left ventricle, what can it be?
In mitral annuloplasty might be there, sir.
Mitral and mitral valve. They must have it's a post-operative patient. So you can see that the kernel wide. So this patient might have had a left ventricular EMF for which a LV resection and a mitral annuloplasty would have been done. Okay, it's not the tricuspid ring because you can see the tricuspid valve here. The whole thing is the tricuspid valve. You can see that TR coming up to here. So it is not the tricuspid valve. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mitral valve.
Yes, sir.
So
It
is
is
the
below the
pulmonary
line
artery
line.
dilated?
Yeah. Somebody was asking something.
Is the pulmonary artery dilated, sir? Or
Yeah, pulmonary artery is not that dilated. This is the pulmonary artery, not that dilated.
okay.
But if, do you expect pulmonary hypertension in EMF?
No, sir.
Why? RCM EMF is what type of cardiomyopathy?
Restrictive.
Restrictive.
Restrictive, can they develop pulmonary hypertension?
No, sir.
They can develop, sir.
Okay. So which one, the constriction or restriction, which goes into pulmonary hypertension?
Restrictive.
Restrictive.
Okay. Okay. Next person. It's a very typical angiogram. Very typical angiogram of a particular condition.
LV angiogram, non-compaction.
First describe the angiogram, and that is why I told you, you jump into conclusions and make mistakes. Why are you saying it is LV?
It's an RV angiogram, sir.
No, you describe the catheter, which is the view,
Catheter
AP view,
course.
lateral view.
AP view, sir.
AP view.
Catheter
Why it is
course.
AP? Just listen to me. Why it is AP?
So it's an RAO view.
Why RIO view? You are seeing the spinous process on both sides.
Spine
no?
is seen.
Yeah, spine is seen.
Spine
towards the center.
Right side of the picture.
Most likely it is an AP view. Maybe a slightly RIO view, but I think it is an AP view only. Okay, where is the catheter coming from?
Coming from IVC to
Femoral vein,
RA to RV,
IVC
sir.
to RA to RV.
IVC to RA to
RV.
RV. So most likely now when you have a catheter like this now, like an NIH or a balloon tipped catheter and all, usually it will be an RV angiogram, most likely. RV angiogram also can be done by pigtail, but left-sided angiograms, LV and all, mostly will be done by a pigtail catheter. That you should understand. That is one of the clues. Not always, but majority of the times. Okay. And you see which chamber is filling subsequently. So in this angiogram, which is the chamber filling subsequently after RV fills? What is filling at the top?
Aorta, sir.
Here, why aorta is going like this perpendicularly?
Pulmonary artery.
Pulmonary artery. No, it is a branching and it is going to the right pulmonary artery. So that is the clue. Aorta, it would have been gone. See, you are seeing something going. Nothing is going into the neck region.
Yes.
Everything is going into the RPA.
Right pulmonary.
So it's a right ventricular angiogram. And what is the characteristic feature of this right ventricle?
Stacked coin appearance.
Trabeculations.
Trabeculations. What is the peculiarity of the trabeculations? Is there any particular appearance?
Stacked coin appearance.
Stack of coins.
Stacked coin appearance.
Stack
ARVD.
of coins.
Stack of coin appearance. Stack of coin appearance indicative of
ARVD.
ARV. Very good. So stack of coin. You can see that this looks like a stack of coin appearance. You can see that stack of coin appearance in ARV. Okay. They will be asking you what is ARVD, what is the ECG pattern, what is the genetics, what is the risk of ARVD, how will you treat it. All those things you have to read. Okay. Okay, next person, can somebody answer this? Yeah, please.
Yes,
sir.
Sir,
This is an LAO view.
Yeah, go ahead.
LAO view with
LAO.
a pigtail catheter
Very good.
through femoral artery, descending aorta, arch of aorta, going to ascending aorta into LV.
Very good. Yeah.
This is a posteriorly placed ventricle. Then we can also see a coronary artery arising from the right coronary artery arising from the ascending aorta.
Okay.
Then there is a device seen, sir. It's probably a muscular post closure of a muscular VSD.
Muscular VSD. Okay. Why do you say muscular VSD?
It's in the it's away from the aortic cusp, sir.
First of all, the location is a muscular VSD. Location is away from the subaortic region, and the device it looks like a muscular VSD device.
Muscular
Okay.
VSD. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is there it is fully closed or there is some residual flow?
Residual flows.
Some residual flow is there. Will you accept this residual flow or you?
Yes, sir. I think we should accept. Acceptable.
So if it is this flow, what can it lead to this particular flow?
Hemolysis is possible with this respective flow.
Hemolysis can happen rarely because it is a high velocity jet. It can go through the
Yes,
device,
sir.
but most likely this will close off. Okay. Next person, what is this? Yeah, come on. If you come fast, we can answer. Otherwise, there are we have to stop at a particular time, no?
LV
Sir,
angio,
again
sir,
and
lateral view.
Yeah, LV angiogram,
Lateral view, sir.
not lateral.
Tail catheter.
Yeah, tail catheter on the LV. LV angiogram and LV.
It's a relatively smooth contour, sir, well contracting LV.
Very good. But even if you don't know anything, no, you just if you go on telling.
There is a small perimembranous VSD, sir.
Very good. The small perimembranous VSD. This region shunting. Is it a big shunt or a small shunt?
The small shunt only, sir. It is not able to well opacify the RV.
Okay, very good. So what will you do?
Device closure.
You can do a device closure if the shunt is okay or patient had. What are the indications for closing a small VSD?
AR.
AR, okay.
At risk of infective endocarditis.
Endocarditis, okay. And yeah, okay. So what are the problems of VSD device closure in perimembranous region?
AV blocks.
AV blocks. Okay. Okay, these are the different types of devices. You should know these things. This is the ASD device where the left atrial disc is bigger. Okay. But a PFO device, which device will be bigger? The RA disc will be bigger. Okay. This is a muscular VSD device which we have already seen. This is which is this device? ADO. What is ADO?
PDO.
Is the
Ductus occluder.
Ambulatory ductal occluder 1. This is the AVP2, ambulatory vascular plug 2, AVP3, and this is the ADO2, ambulatory ductal occluder 2. So these are all different types of. What is this? This made of? These devices.
Nitinol mesh.
Nitinol.
What is nitinol?
Nickel with titanium, sir.
What is NOL?
Titan.
Nickel titanium NiTi. What is NOL? NOL is National Ordnance Laboratory. There is a story behind that. Because of the lack of time, I am not going to those details. Why that NOL came? It was described. It was found out in this particular property was found out in the National Ordnance Laboratory in US. That is why the nitinol has come. Okay. So these are the different angiographic projections. We will discuss that when you see particular angiograms. Okay. Next person, can you discuss this angio? Where is the catheter? Yeah, come on.
Left pulmonary artery.
Left pulmonary artery. Okay.
LAO view, post-op status.
Very good. Very good.
Pictal angiogram, catheter courses from IVC to RA to RV to pulmonary artery to electropulmonary artery.
Very good.
And levo phase showing the pulmonary veins running the left atrium, which is and there is interatrial communication.
Excellent.
So the left atrium is running in the right atrium.
Very good. So this is what. So you can see that what I said, everything he has said correctly. You can see that IVC to RA to RV to PA. Levo phase in the venous phase, you can see that catheter fills the left atrium. And in the levo phase, you can see that once it is filled, LA fills, and from LA there is a small gap here, and it fills the RA. So LA of 40-40 view. The hepatoclavicular view is used to profile the interatrial septum. Okay, you understood, no? Everyone understood the concept?
Yes, sir.
Can you repeat, sir?
So this is a catheter in the pulmonary artery. We inject the contrast, wait for 2-3 cardiac cycles for the levo phase to occur. It goes through the capillary phase and come back to the left atrium. And once the left atrium fills, it shunts the blood from the left atrium to the RA through the ASD. That is how we usually visualize it, because we cannot enter directly left atrium, no? So this is how we, because sinus venosus, ASD and all, we may not be able to directly enter. So to visualize ASD in such situations, we can use this angiogram. So LAF 40 view, hepatoclavicular view, you can see the shunt. This point, can you see that shunt? There is some blood shunting in the levo phase from the LA to the R. Can you see now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is the levo phase
So-
angiogram. Yeah. Any doubts you can ask?
Yes, sir. The type of ASD, what you told, sir?
I didn't get you. What is the question?
Sir, you told this is for sinus venosus ASD, sir.
No, other ASDs we can easily enter. No, we can easily enter.
Yeah.
Sinus venosus
Yes.
ASDs, because we may not be able to enter always. It is difficult to enter the sinus. There are techniques to enter, but it is usually difficult. In such situations, we can. It's usually not done because of the availability of transesophageal echo, but this is done for a particular reason because there was no. It was not clear in the echoes. That is why this angio was.
Oh, okay, sir.
40 view gives images similar to a 4-chamber view on echo. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Can somebody?
Sir, I'll attempt.
Yeah, please.
Sir, this is a AP view, sir.
Yeah. This is catheter.
Catheter is end-hole catheter, sir.
End-hole. End-hole only. What additional thing is there?
It's a balloon tip catheter, sir.
Balloon.
Balloon angio, Berman balloon angio. No, not balloon. Yeah. Okay. It's not end-hole.
Yes, sir. Balloon tipped Berman catheter, sir.
Not end-hole.
And core. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Course of the catheter is IVC, RA, RV, then pulmonary artery, sir.
Okay.
And specifically left pulmonary artery.
Okay.
Going into one branch, sir, where it is occluded, sir. The distal balloon is occluded, and the angiogram is done, sir. So basically, this is a pulmonary artery angiogram.
Okay. What's happening subsequently?
Yes, sir. The filling.
Got the angiogram now. So what is happening subsequently?
Sir, it is filling the subsequent.
The levo phase, what is happening?
It's filling the aorta and the LV, sir.
No, now what is happening? Okay.
Sir, it is anomalous left pulmonary venous return, sir. So left anomalous pulmonary venous return
You can see
joining
the levo phase. This is we have injected to the pulmonary artery. It has gone to the capillaries. It has come back into the pulmonary veins. So you are seeing the pulmonary veins. But a pulmonary vein usually will drain into the left atrium, which is somewhere here. But it is not draining there. It is going where? This is the
RA, sir.
vertical vein.
vertical vein. Going to
And
the
draining into
Innominate.
RA. You understood, no?
Yeah,
The
yes, sir.
levo phase and
Yes, sir. Yes.
now we see it again. Okay, you understood, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So.
Yes.
But the same patient, the angio is on the right side.
Say normal
Pulmonary venous return here is to LA, sir. Normal
LA.
connection.
The pulmonary venous return is to the LA only. You can see this is the pulmonary vein forming the LA. You can see this is the LA, LV. Again, it is filling the aorta and the descending aorta. Okay. So what is the same patient? So what is the diagnosis?
PAPVC.
PAPVC means one side is not total anomalous, no? Left side is
Partial anomalous.
Partial anomalous. So some other better word?
Hemi-anomalous.
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 Which is the commonest anomalous pulmonary vein?
Right pulmonary vein.
Right upper.
Right up. The second commonest.
left for pulmonary vein.
Left upper.
So in
Right
left
upper. The left upper are the two common. Left upper is much less common, but that is the second commonest after the right upper. So this is the hemi-anomaly. The whole of the left side is anomalously draining. Okay. So you understood the concept, no?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Describe this angiogram.
LV angio, sir, showing pictile in LV
Okay.
and less trabeculated. There is apical ballooning, sir.
Which are the segments? Can you identify the segments? Which are the 6 segments of the LV? Which is this segment? This segment.
Anterior.
Not anterior. There is a
Anterior basal.
Basal anterior.
This is androbasal. This is postrobasal. This is which is this segment?
Yes.
Androlateral. Okay. This is apical. This is which is this segment? I think that is very
IVS.
basic.
Psycho.
Diaphragmatic.
Yeah, IVS.
Diaphragmatic. So postrobasal, androbasal, androlateral, apical, diaphragmatic. These are the segments of the. This is which view? Which view is this?
Cranial.
Not cranial. The angiogram taken RIO 30 degree. RIO 30 degree, no cranial. Usually taken in RIO 30 degree is for left ventricular angiograms usually. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so what is the finding? There is a basal segments are contracting normally or abnormally?
Hypercontractile.
Hypercontractile. Apical ballooning is
Or normally contracting, but the apex is
Hypo.
Not contract.
And ballooning out.
so. Is it an acute thing or a chronic thing?
acute, sir. Takotsubo.
Acute.
Why do you say acute? The trabeculations are all gone, no? So it must be a chronic one. It may not be acute. Takotsubo will look like this, but this may be a chronic one because you have lost the trabeculations. Takotsubo, the trabeculations will not be lost that early. But Takotsubo is an acute condition, no?
Yes, sir.
So what is this?
LV apical aneurysm.
Yeah, LV apical aneurysm. That you can say. Oh, Takotsubo is on good differential diagnosis. You can always say that. Okay, what is this?
Coronary camera projection.
There is a catheter.
AP projection.
AP projection.
Sir, AP projection with a catheter coming from femoral artery into the aorta. There is a serpiginous large tunnel like structure which is opacifying after aortic injection immediately the RA. So probably an aorto RA tunnels.
Okay, possible. What is seen here?
RC.
Native RC.
So native RCA seen. So is it arising somewhere from the near the RCA? You can see the RCA. So proximal part of the RCA is
Aneurysmal.
dilated. And
Aneurysm.
it's a coronary.
Coronary cameral fistula.
Coronary arteriovenous fistula. Coronary arteriovenous fistula, which is where is this draining?
RV.
Then probably to the RA-RV junction. Okay, what will you do for this?
Vascular plug, sir.
Not vascular plug. What is this device?
ADO.
It's a ductal occluder, usual ductal occluder.
Ductal occluder.
Okay. How do you identify ductal occluder? The distal disc is,
Single retention disc is ADO1, sir.
yeah, this is
If there are
ADO.
two retention discs, then ADO2.
Yeah, very good. This is ADO1. Okay, what is this? Which view is this? Which view?
LA lateral view, sir.
Lateral view, because you are seeing the sternum and the spine.
Sternum and vertebra.
Angiogram. Okay.
Pigtail catheter coursing from descending aorta, arch of aorta into ascending aorta.
Okay.
And the aortic injection opacifies the anteriorly placed chamber, probably RV. So that is the coronary sinus injection. So indicating RSO, ruptured sinus of Valsalva.
Coronary sinus injection.
Aortic
sinus. Okay.
Aortic sinus. Yeah. Sorry. Aortic sinus injection.
Okay. And what is what can it be?
RSO is ruptured sinus of Valsalva to RV.
Okay. What are the other possibilities?
Aortic to RV tunnel.
Aorto tunnels or aorto RV tunnel.
To RV tunnel, or what we have just seen now.
Yeah, cameral fistula.
Coronary cameral fistula.
That also is possible. We are not seeing what is exactly happening there.
Not seeing.
That is also possible. So three possibilities: aorta RV tunnel, coronary cameral fistula, and then RSO. Okay. So RSO, which are the commonest sites?
RV is the most common site, sir, then RA.
Yeah, with sinus. That is what is seen.
Right coronary.
RV will be right coronary sinus, sir. To RA it will be non-coronary sinus.
Yeah, possible. Yeah, the left coronary sinus, it is very unlikely to happen. Rupture is unlikely to happen in the left coronary sinus.
Yeah.
Okay, but you find out the embryological reason for that, why it is not happening in the left coronary sinus.
Okay.
So 80 to 85% of the cases it is from the right sinus, non-coronary 5 to 15, and rarely from the left sinus, as the left coronary cusp embryologically is not derived from the bulbar septum. That is the reason. Okay. Okay, what is this? Very classical angiogram. No, describe. The same voice I am hearing. Other people, you give chances to other people. I am hearing the same person, I think. Same voice. Describe the angiogram.
Sir, RCA catheter, sir. RCA catheter using which right coronary angiogram was performed, sir.
Okay.
So RCA is filling, and then through collaterals, left side system is filling, and the left sided arterial system is entering into the pulmonary artery, sir.
Okay. You can see clearly the pulmonary artery is filling, RPA is filling, LPA is filling. You can see towards okay, these are the collaterals. You can see, clearly the pulmonary artery is filling. Okay. So classical ALCAPA.